Welcome back. This is part 3 of the ride through winter. The highway stretched endlessly before me, a frozen ribbon that seemed to unravel into nowhere. The world outside had turned to white silence. Snow whipping across the windshield, wind howling like a warning I couldn't decipher. Highway 400 at night is another world. No laughter, no traffic hum. Just darkness so thick it feels like memory. Every now and then, a pair of headlights appeared behind me, grew large, and then vanished again into the storm. Inside the car, the air felt dense, almost alive. The heater hissed. My breath fogged faintly on the glass. The passenger, that silent stranger in denim, sat motionless, his head tilted forward, the strap of his bag tight against his chest like a shield. He hadn't moved in miles, but I could feel him. The kind of presence that stretches your nerves tight. The kind that makes your skin prickle with the sense that someone is awake even when their eyes are closed. I glanced at the rearview mirror again. The dashboard lights washed his face in pale blue, his lips barely parted. A faint shadow trembled at his jawline. Not from movement, but from the rhythm of my own fear. Every bump in the road made my heart skip. Every gust of wind sounded like a whisper from the back seat. I tried to distract myself. I started talking softly, half to him, half to the cold. "You ever notice," I said, forcing a chuckle, "how winter makes the city feel like another planet? Like we all just disappear for a few months." No response. "Even the trees look tired," I continued. "Naked, waiting for mercy." Still nothing. So I turned the radio up again. Gospel this time. "You are my hiding place." I hummed along under my breath. Anything to drown out the unease crawling through my chest. Then I noticed something strange. The GPS map, usually pulsing gently with color, had frozen. The little blue dot that marked our position wasn't moving. I tapped the screen. Nothing. Signal lost. "Great," I muttered. "Not now." My passenger shifted slightly, the first movement in nearly half an hour. His hand brushed the side of his bag, fingers tapping against it rhythmically. "Problem?" he asked quietly, his voice flat. I swallowed. "Just lost signal. Happens out here sometimes." He didn't answer. He just leaned back again, the leather seat creaking softly beneath him. Outside, the snow thickened, heavy, unrelenting. I slowed down, squinting into the blur ahead. The lines on the road were gone now, buried beneath white. That's when I began to imagine things. Shapes, shadows moving just beyond the headlights, figures standing in the snowbanks that vanished when I blinked. My mind was tired, too tired, but the night fed on that weakness. Each time the car slid a little, I saw flashes in my head. Headlines, police tape, my children waiting for a call that would never come. I whispered again, "Lord, not tonight. Please." The heater's hum became a kind of heartbeat, slow, unsteady, and then, in the mirror, his eyes, open, staring directly at me. For a second, my chest froze, but then he looked away, yawning, stretching, rubbing his face like any sleepy traveler. I exhaled, shaky and shallow. "You okay back there?" I asked, my voice thinner than I meant. He nodded lazily. "Yeah, just tired." His words hung heavy, almost unreal in the small space of the car. The bag on his chest shifted again. A dull metallic thud beneath the fabric. A sound that didn't belong. I tried not to look, tried to convince myself it was my imagination. But something about that thud felt final, like the sound of a locked door. Minutes crawled by. The snow had turned the highway into a tunnel, a white, glowing void with no beginning or end. The radio crackled, fading in and out with static, and every flicker of light from oncoming cars sent shadows dancing across the man's face. He began humming softly, a low, tuneless hum, more vibration than melody. I didn't recognize it, but it chilled me more than the cold air ever could. Somewhere between the hum and the storm, I started to lose track of time. It felt like we'd been driving forever, trapped between two worlds, the one behind us fading, and the one ahead refusing to appear. Then, through the swirling snow, a faint glow emerged, red and blue. At first, I thought it was a reflection, a trick of the headlights. But as the car drew closer, the lights sharpened, flashing rhythmically through the fog. Police. My heart began to pound. The man in the back lifted his head, eyes narrowing at the flicker ahead. "What's that?" he asked, his voice quiet but sharp. "Looks like an accident," I said quickly. "Probably blocking the road." He said nothing. His gaze stayed fixed on the lights, jaw tight, hand gripping the strap of his bag. The closer we got, the brighter it grew, red and blue slicing through the snow, painting the world in frantic color. A cruiser was parked sideways across the intersection. Beyond it, a dark shape. A car mangled, smoking, glass glittering like ice on the road. Police officers moved slowly through the scene, their shadows long and strange in the flashing lights. I eased my foot off the gas. The man leaned forward slightly, his eyes cold. "Keep going." "I can't," I said softly. "They're blocking the road." "Then turn around." His tone was too calm, too deliberate. Something deep inside me stirred, a primal warning. But before I could respond, a flashlight beam hit my windshield. A figure stepped forward, raising a hand. A police officer. He motioned for me to pull over, and as I rolled to a stop, my pulse began to hammer so hard I could barely breathe. The officer's face came into view, grim, tense. He approached the driver's side, eyes scanning the car, then the man in the back. I rolled the window down. "Evening," he said, his voice sharp and clipped. "Where are you coming from?" "North York," I answered. "I'm an Uber driver." The man in the back didn't move. The officer's flashlight swept over him, pausing at the bag. "Keep your hands where I can see them," he said suddenly. The night went silent. The storm had stopped. The wind held its breath. In that suspended moment, I realized something was about to break. Thank you for joining me on this part of the journey. The story isn't over yet. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you do not miss the final part. We'll see you then.